It's well known that our appearance affects our mental health. The anti-aging industry has tried to capitalize on that for decades. Unfortunately, many of the anti-aging products out there simply fall short. This is why you should try Multicollagen. Multicollagen works to quickly restore youthfulness back into your skin. If you want to look and feel your best, grab your Multicollagen today. Get up to 51% off for the next 24 hours only by going to collageninspired.com or by visiting the link below. Hey, Inspired Tribe, my fellow freedom lovers, thank you for being here again today. Now, this past week, we had an interview with Flat Earth Dave. And over the past years, we have interviewed and featured many different people. We've had Max Egan on, we've had David Icke on, we have Vedic astrologer Joni Patri on. We've interviewed Yona Aniwodi and will continue to for a series of Native American teachings. And we have featured speakers, teachers, masters from all disciplines like Greg Braden and Joe Dispenza. We have done an interview with Dr. Zelenko, who is the inventor of the Zelenko Protocol, or Z-Stack. We have featured Dr. Robert Malone. We have featured other speakers. And one thing you will see that if you look at all these speakers is there's a lot of contradictions. Some say this, some say that. Some perceive this to be true or that to be true. What they all share is our intention that we have, and that's why we talk to them. That's why we bring them on. That's why we believe the things we talk about matter, is we're all truth seekers. And when we speak about something like what the earth looks like, the truth is that you and me, most likely, for you it might be different, but for me, I can tell you for sure, I didn't have a physical experience of leaving whatever this body is and looking at it from the outside. I didn't have the physical experience of relating it to other things I see in the sky. I don't know, but I'm seeking truth. Do I find it? I don't know. What I do know is that the only thing I'm certain of are principles and morals that I live by. These are things that I have learned, of course, from others, but then put to the test in experience. And I have my inner guidance and my compass that tells me yes or no, right or wrong. That I'm really, really certain of. My values, my principles, my morals, my ethics, I'm really certain of. I'm very conservative when it comes to them because I live by them no matter what. But what about all the rest that we have? And see, when we put something out like the interview with Flat Earth Dave, who is convinced that the Earth is a flat disc-like object and that there might be a dome and that it might be a part of a much bigger body of other worlds, other spheres. Is it true? I don't know. But what we all share here is that we have been exposed to perception of reality by other people that came before us. We don't have a true perception of reality solely from experience because the way we all live in society, we're being brought into the system and indoctrinated from a very, very early age. So what we believe to be truth or our truth is simply what we have been shown. And to make matters a little worse, up until 25 years ago, there was a very, very small group of people who were in control of the spread of information. Because before the internet really began to boom, what we had was mainly printing press, putting that out in forms of books and magazines. But it was very challenging to get a book published, and if you didn't have a publisher, to get it printed in a large enough edition that actually a substantial amount of people could read what you had to say. And then, of course, if you didn't have a publisher, there was a scrutiny, and there's a lot of things that were really held by a very small group of people. So who knows what of this information that we have received over the decades and centuries is even remotely true. What I am saying is that it is our duty in this time of great expansion, mind expansion, consciousness expansion, and evolution to ask more questions, to really question everything. Listen, we can perceive about 1% of the light that's out there. That's visible to us. 1% of the whole frequency. It isn't much different with what we can hear. It's pretty much the same. So our perception of reality is already extremely limited. Then people say they come from a very religious, dogmatic side, and they say, just trust the Lord and what the Lord says. And I say, what did the Lord say? Did you actually have a conversation with the great creator? Did you go deep within? Did you break through all the bullshit and actually go deep, deep, deep within in meditation and actually experience the conversation with the great creator, with the great mystery? Yes or no? Because if you haven't, what you so often believe to be the truth about the Lord, about God, the creator, is something others have told you, and they've been told by others, and they've been told by others. And so what God says is so often interpreted by other people who have gone through their own time of indoctrination and are simply passing it on, whether it's with good intentions or ill intentions. That's on a case-to-case basis. But the truth is, we simply don't know. And unless we are truth seekers and go within, and it becomes our deepest intention to break through the great Maya, the great illusion, and come to a deeper level of perception that supersedes our just physical abilities here, we will never find out, we will never know. Now, one thing that is, for example, very natural for me is being in nature. I feel very connected, I feel very relaxed, I feel very open, I feel very in a meditative state when I'm in nature, as opposed to when I'm in the artificial structure of a city, what I perceive to be artificial as opposed to nature. I feel sad, depressed, melancholic. I don't really go much into cities unless I have to, and I'm out of there as fast as I can again. That's simply me and how I feel. And I know a lot of people have the same distinct feeling. So with featuring, interviewing people, asking questions that might seem ridiculous to, everybody knows the Earth is a globe. Everybody knows. No, we really don't know. We really don't know. Most of our knowledge, most of what we believe to be true is based on what we've been told by others and what they have been told by others. And so the deeper you look, the more you realize that everything is very distorted. People say, for example, that, we should defend capitalism at all costs. And I say, hey, listen, I'm all kind of for it. I'm all open for a free and open market and all these things. And I'd love to experience it for once because we've never had it. Even here in the United States, it just appears to be open and free. But if you look deep enough, it's really monopolism. Because the bigger a player gets, the clearer it becomes that they're not free at all. They're in their own little box, and they're a billion-dollar company and have to play by very strict rules that you don't even know exist. And if they don't, they're gone. And so it is a very closed little capsule, and what is happening there has nothing to do with what we consider open or free. Same with democracy and a political system. All these things have been predefined for us. Now, there are things that I believe have worked better than others in observation, like it was beautifully said, a circle of elders, a system that resembles more what the indigenous people lived like and even now live like in some parts of the world. But also I believe it's all of our origin to be in such cultures and in such communities that are built much closer to nature, much more in alignment with nature and the natural laws. So if you come at us with, emails or comments and you want to, basically show us how ridiculous we are for asking questions, now, I'm not going to call you ridiculous, but I'm going to ask you, why are you not asking those questions? And if you're not asking those questions, what do you base your knowledge on, your truth on? Because on any given topic, we could go deep enough for us to show you that perhaps it's not quite as black and white as you think it is, not quite as 100% true as you think it is. So our intention here is, and this is the inspired part of it all, we're in the spirit of seeking truth, we're in the spirit of connecting with the Creator, we're in the spirit of bringing about the best possible version of us and helping others to do the same, because nature is constantly doing this. It's showing it to us. It is rejuvenating itself. It is replenishing itself. It is so beautiful to look at. It keeps continually improving itself. It keeps cleaning itself. Everything in nature strives for the optimum state, and so should we. That is really what the journey that we're on. And as I said, when it comes to principles and morals, I am very steadfast in that. That's what I guide my life on. I don't necessarily need to know what the earth looks like from the outside to understand when I see something that's wrong. To understand that when children or women are being kidnapped or trafficked, which is happening by the millions every year, exploited, abused, and all these things, I don't need to exactly know what the shape or the form of the earth is to understand that these people who are doing it need to be stopped and eliminated. I don't need to see all of that to understand good from bad, if you will, even though that might not be the right choice of words, or right from wrong. And so I just encourage all of you to ask bigger question. What did you base your life on? What do you base reality on? What do you think is fact? And go and look a little deeper. Because the truth is that the more we explore ourselves, because if it begins within, if the truth seeker comes within, not just from curiosity out of the mind, beautiful things begin to happen, wonderful people begin to walk into your life, and unfoldings begin to unfold right in front of you as you do and seek and look for it. Just join us on this journey in spirit of being a truth seeker. I love this about David Icke, for example. I love this about Max Egan. I mean, they are never, ever ceasing to explore what the truth really is. And when they're asked a question they don't know the answer to, they say, I don't know. It's a powerful thing. I don't know. I simply don't know, but I'm willing to explore. Are you willing to explore? And what is reality? You know, what is fact? We need to look deeper. Inspired Tribe, my fellow freedom lovers, thank you so much for joining us today. We love you. We appreciate you. You inspire us. And we'll be back with you again very, very soon.